The people, the headlines, the issues impacting you. All on This Week in Cincinnati on 9 on Your Side.
Good morning and welcome to This Week in Cincinnati. I'm Kristen Hartman. First today, the land deal to move ahead with a music venue on the Banks. Hamilton County, the Bengals, and Hilltop Basic Resources worked together on this plan. It calls for the county to buy 17 acres from Hilltop, west of Paul Brown Stadium, acres that can be used for Bengals parking and events. In exchange, the team gives up $30 million in game day payments from the county, and the Bengals give up parking spaces just east of the stadium, which opens up the space for the music venue.
This is once again something more than just about a deal. It is about making a difference in the community.
The music venue will have seating for 4,800 people inside and nearly 9,000 on the lawn. It could open about a year from now. With us this morning to speak more about the music venue and some of the questions that will remain is Hamilton County Commission President Denise Driehaus. I want to thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, this is a complex topic. It took a lot to explain that. How have you guys wrestled with that?
I think you explained it well, though.
Okay.
So the high level is the music venue is the infrastructure is already underway to build out the parking infrastructure to put the podium on top because we need to get it out of the floodplain. So that has already started. So we're on time right now. And so what we have just done says we will have the music venue open on time, hopefully October of 2020, because remember the retailers want something that's a year-round attraction down at the Banks. And so that's the beauty of what just happened. But how you laid it out was what has happened is we've been trying to move Hilltop off of the 17 acres that you refer to.
Sure.
And we've had some challenges with where to do that. We were trying to arrange a deal where they went into Queensgate primarily, and in the swap there was a park, some green space for Price Hill as part of the deal. That's frankly why I stayed in that alternative for so long, trying to secure the green space for Price Hill. In the end, that didn't work out. The city didn't want to do the land swap, and we said, all right, we've been working on some other things in the meantime. So Hilltop is going to consolidate their business to half of the lot for now, and we will be able to use the other half for the Bengals. It's not only Bengals Day parking, it is that, but it's also parking for the Banks. And as we continue out the development there, we are going to have some strains on parking, and so that allows us to park folks over there for the rest of the time that's not game day.
So you said Hilltop is going to consolidate its operations at least for now.
That's right.
Will there be a move eventually, a complete move?
That is what we anticipate, yeah. So, but we bought ourselves some time, and you accurately say that the Bengals are foregoing $30 million of game day payments, giving it back to the stadium fund so that we can purchase the lot. And so the lot will be owned and controlled by the county. We will allow the Bengals to park on there on game day, but we will have access to that property. And I think you just had a rendering of, it's going to be a green parking lot used for parking and hopefully some other things.
Does anything have to happen to the land because of the business that was on that land? I mean, does it have to be, does the surface have to be graded, treated, anything?
We're already parking cars there now for games. And in fact, I just drove by there this morning and there are cars on the lot right now. But to make it a green parking space, we do need to do some stuff. So we're going to put in a subsurface to allow us to have a green parking lot.
And who pays for that?
That'll be the county.
The county,
yeah,
so
or
taxpayers.
Well, it's the Bengals are part of it because of the money that they have foregone, but it's all part of the stadium fund, and so none of this is general fund money. This is all stadium fund money.
Okay, okay. So back to the Hilltop company. Where eventually will they go if they're going to vacate? Do we have even an idea of that?
They have been looking at other sites for quite some time now, and so I don't know the answer to that question. What I know, though, is that they are continuing to look at a suitable site. We will obviously need to make sure that it is suitable not only from their terms, but also from the community terms, and so where that will go, I don't know.
Okay. And we talk about this being a complex thing. Is the fact that the county and the city kind of have to work together along with all of these other entities, is that what makes it so complex?
There are a lot of partners in it, but I think moving Hilltop is complicated because they've been in their space for quite some time.
Right.
And so, you know,
they have to find a feasible space.
They do,
Yeah.
and they're operating on a lot of acres. And so the other thing about Hilltop is they have to be on the riverfront for their conveyance system.
Yeah.
Not all of the operation has to be on the riverfront, but some of it does. They can get by with maybe a couple of acres, but that's the challenge, right? To find the riverfront property that's in a suitable industrial site to allow them to convey, to do the business that they do.
Okay, we have about a minute and a half left, and I do want to talk about the music venue. So we have this music venue, and then we have one across the river. Is there enough business to sustain both?
Well, so the group that's doing the music venue is MEMI CSO. They're very bullish on how this is going to go. It's a brand new venue built for a certain demographic that will bring young people down to the banks, that's the hope, and bring in new music acts that we're not getting right now because we have this
Such
gap.
as whom?
Well, see, now they're young people's
Okay.
acts, so I'm not as familiar.
Yeah.
I used to know the answer to that, but bands that I've never heard of. But we've got this gap in kind of the music scene in Cincinnati and in the region, and so when you hear the promoters talk about it, it's like filling this gap, and that's why they're so bullish on it. And remember, when it first went out, there were 3 promoters that wanted to do this on the banks, and so there's obviously the industry thinks it's viable, and so in turn I think it's viable.
All right.